Good afternoon. My name is Dawn Williams. I'm a Yoni steam specialist here in Norwalk, Connecticut, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the benefits and the myths that we hear about Yoni steaming. So, I often hear that Yoni steaming causes yeast infections and bacterial vaginosis, which is an absolute myth. There is nothing about yoni steaming that disturbs the bacteria within the vagina. And in order to develop BV, the bacteria has to be disturbed. You already had a yeast infection, baby girl. The only thing that yoni steaming did was exacerbate it. What happens is, it's just like putting bread in the oven with yeast. It rises. So that's what's happening when you're yoni steaming and you're adding the heat. The yeast is multiplying, and that's why you are feeling the infection immediately after your yoni. As far as bacterial vaginosis is concerned, you would actually have to physically go within the vagina and disturb the bacteria in order for you to develop BV, or wearing your pads for too long, having unprotected sex. Things that are going to disturb the pH in there, that's how you will then develop bacterial vaginosis. But by no means does yoni steaming disturb any of that bacteria, because nothing is penetrating the vagina, therefore nothing is touching the vagina either, so therefore it is not causing BV. Again, all it did was exacerbate it due to the heat going, up into the vagina. But that's all. It just made it come out a lot sooner, or present its symptoms a lot sooner than it would have prior to yoni steaming. Now, some of the benefits of yoni steaming are, I'm going to start with the good stuff first. Well, it's all good. And when I say it's all good, because yoni steaming enhances sexual pleasure, it increases vaginal moisture, it helps with cysts by bursting them, it shrinks fibroids. Now, just like anything else, yoni steaming is not a one and done. You're not going to come in and all of your symptoms or all of your ailments are gone overnight. It reduces your cramping. It helps with menopause, with decreasing the symptoms. A lot of women who are suffering from menopause, and I say suffering because it is suffering, experience vaginal dryness like you wouldn't believe. Well, what yoni steaming does, it makes the vagina salivate. So it becomes a lot more moist, and it then helps with that symptom as well. Outside of helping with menopause, as I said, it does help with cramping, but it also helps to regulate your menstrual cycle. Women who are having trouble getting pregnant, having fertility issues, it's not a one and done. It's not a miracle worker, but I can say in my 9 years of practicing, I have had 7 women with end stages of endometriosis then be able to conceive and deliver naturally. And I look for more women. I want to have more success stories as far as yoni steaming and fertility. Once you start caring for your body the right way, the natural way, the way that Mother Nature intended for us to care for our body, she starts to respond a lot better. And you can't just think that yoni steaming alone is going to help with these things that you are trying to combat. You have to do the work. Regular exercise, eating the right diet, decreasing your alcohol consumption, decreasing your caffeine. Brief background on why I started yoni steaming. At the age of 36, I was perimenopausal, having vaginal dryness, and I knew that I did not want to be using lubricants for the rest of my days because, one, we know that they're sticky and they're horrible and they're embarrassing. And two, I just did not want to be taking medication for the rest of my days to feel like a woman down there. So I started doing research. I found out about yoni steaming. I tried it out, fell in love, and I have not looked back since. In addition to yoni steaming, my diet has changed completely. I put the right things into my body. I try to put as many minerals as I can into my body. I do sea mosses. I work out. I love myself. I work on myself. I heal myself. And you just have to do these things. So a good diet, exercise. Alrighty, let me give you brief background on why I started yoni steaming. At the age of 36, I was perimenopausal, experiencing extreme vaginal dryness. And I knew that I did not want to be using lubricants for the rest of my days, nor did I want to be on medication for the rest of my days to feel like a woman down there. I started doing my own research, found out about yoni steaming, fell in love with it, and never looked back. But again, yoni steaming is not the end all be all. You're going to have to change your diet, start exercising, and taking care of your body the right way. You cannot have a sedentary life and eat whatever you want and expect your body to respond in the way that you want it to respond. So please, ladies, take your health into your own hands. Start doing things the natural way. Do not become accustomed to taking every medication that the pharmaceutical let me not just blame it on the pharmaceutical companies. We do not want to become accustomed to everything that our physician prescribes to us we take. All that's going to do is have you on your way to taking a number of drugs over time, because as we know, there are always side effects to one or the other. And what are they going to do for those side effects? They're going to prescribe you something else. And then when that one starts to give you side effects, what are they going to do? They're going to give you something else. So please take your health into your own hands. Do your research, read up on it. If you don't know a word, look it up. It's easy. We have the World Wide Web. There's no reason that we cannot take our health into our own hands these days. So again, changing your lifestyle, your eating habits, and working out regularly. Consuming a lot more water than what you normally do, at least a gallon. And of course, I'm going to tell you yoni steaming. Yes, I do own a business and I don't expect that the world is going to be able to come to me. But for those of you who can get to me, just try it. If you don't like it, then you never do it again. But I can promise you're going to fall in love with it. Oh, and what I forgot was I told you all about the benefits for down there. It's an overall detox. In addition to it being a detox, it helps out with changing your mood. It enhances your mood. It makes you feel relaxed. It just makes you feel beautiful and as if you are becoming one with your womb, which is your central nervous system. That's when we know our cycles are coming on and we be like, rah, rah, rah. Yeah, it's not this, it's this. So please, again, my name is Dawn Williams. I can be reached at 203-621-8492. Love My Yoni V Steam Studio located in Norwalk, Connecticut.